A ghostly presence lingers where ambition once soared. Her spirit still prowls the halls where history was both made and broken. In an era when a woman's voice was often silenced, one young woman defied the norm, seeking knowledge in a world that was not yet ready to hear her. Her legacy, though tragically interrupted, is not one that can be easily erased. Though her body is long gone, her soul remains trapped, wandering the place where she once dared to dream of becoming something no woman before her had ever been. Her story is not just one of sorrow, but of courage and determination, a beacon of perseverance that has survived far beyond the confines of her life. The chilling events that followed her death have only fueled the legend of the woman who would not be ignored. The halls that once rejected her now whisper her name, as her restless spirit demands recognition. Those who have come into contact with her presence speak of an energy unlike any other, an overwhelming sense of grief, mixed with a fierce defiance, as if her fight for equality has not ended with her death. Hers is a tale that transcends time, inviting anyone who dares to listen to witness the haunting power of a legacy that cannot and will not fade away. Harvard University, with its sprawling campus and historic red brick buildings, is a place where history whispers through the corridors. Founded in 1636, it is the oldest institution of higher learning in the United States. Its name synonymous with prestige and academic excellence. Yet, beneath the scholarly atmosphere lies a darker side, one filled with ghostly tales that have persisted for centuries. Among these stories, none is as chilling as the tale of Elizabeth Betsy Holloway, a spectral figure said to haunt Harvard Yard. In 1864, Betsy Holloway was a brilliant young woman with aspirations that defied societal expectations of her time. She was one of the few women allowed to attend lectures at Harvard, albeit unofficially. Betsy's intellect and determination made her a standout among her peers, but her presence was not without controversy. Many male students and professors resented her, believing a woman had no place in the hallowed halls of Harvard. Betsy was known to frequent Holden Chapel, a small and inconspicuous building that once served as a medical facility and morgue. She would sit there for hours, poring over anatomy books and medical journals, dreaming of becoming a doctor. But her dreams were abruptly shattered. One fateful evening, Betsy's lifeless body was discovered in the chapel. The official report cited a fall from the balcony, but whispers of foul play began circulating almost immediately. Her death was a scandal that Harvard tried to bury. But Betsy's spirit, it seemed, refused to rest. Over the years, students and faculty alike have reported strange occurrences in Holden Chapel. Books fly off shelves, cold drafts envelop the room on otherwise warm days, and the faint sound of a woman sobbing can often be heard at night. Some even claim to have seen Betsy's apparition, her face a mixture of sorrow and defiance. In 1923, Professor Charles Manning, a skeptic and renowned historian, decided to investigate the legend of Betsy Holloway. Manning spent several nights in Holden Chapel, armed with a notebook and a lantern. On his third night, he reported seeing a translucent figure descending the staircase. Her eyes, he later wrote, were filled with a sadness that words cannot capture. She looked directly at me and whispered, "Help me." Manning's account was met with ridicule, but he maintained its truth until his death. The 1960s brought a resurgence of interest in Harvard's ghost stories, particularly Betsy's. A group of students, inspired by the paranormal craze of the era, conducted a séance in Holden Chapel. What began as a playful experiment quickly turned sinister. Participants reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, and one student fainted. They claimed to have made contact with Betsy's spirit, who communicated through knocks and movements of the planchette. The message was clear: find the truth. Driven by these events, the students delved into Harvard's archives and uncovered records suggesting that Betsy's death was not accidental. She had been involved in a heated argument with a prominent professor just days before her demise. The professor, known for his disdain for women in academia, was rumored to have threatened her. While no concrete evidence linked him to Betsy's death, the discovery added fuel to the ghostly legend. In recent years, advancements in paranormal investigation have brought new attention to Betsy's story. In 2014, a team of researchers equipped with thermal cameras, EMF detectors, and audio recorders spent a week in Holden Chapel. Their findings were chilling. They captured an electronic voice phenomenon of a woman's voice saying, "They lied." Thermal images revealed a distinct outline of a figure on the balcony where Betsy supposedly fell. Yet Betsy's story is not just one of tragedy and hauntings. It has become a symbol of perseverance in the fight for equality. In 2020, a group of Harvard alumni and students established the Elizabeth Holloway Scholarship for Women in Medicine, honoring her legacy and ensuring her dream lives on. Holden Chapel, once a place of fear, has been transformed into a site of remembrance and inspiration. Still, the ghostly encounters continue. Late-night passers-by often report seeing a light flickering in the chapel, even when it is locked and empty. Some say Betsy's spirit lingers not out of malice, but as a reminder of the barriers she sought to break and the injustices she faced. To truly understand the depth of Betsy's story, one must delve into the context of her time. The 19th century was an era where women's roles were strictly confined, and education was a privilege largely reserved for men. Betsy's presence at Harvard was an act of defiance against a deeply ingrained patriarchy. Her persistence inspired a quiet but growing movement among other women who yearned for education and autonomy. Even in death, Betsy's story continued to galvanize those who heard it. Harvard's archives reveal correspondence between Betsy and her few allies on campus. Letters written in her meticulous handwriting speak of her ambitions and frustrations. "I will not be silenced," she wrote in one letter to a fellow student. "If knowledge is power, then I will claim it, no matter the cost." These words have since become a rallying cry for advocates of gender equality. The paranormal activity linked to Betsy's spirit has taken on various forms over the decades. Students living in dormitories near Holden Chapel often report waking up to the sound of footsteps pacing back and forth, as if someone is anxiously awaiting something. Others describe seeing fleeting shadows or feeling an inexplicable chill when walking past the chapel at night. One particularly chilling account came from a security guard in the 1980s. Tasked with locking up Holden Chapel after an event, the guard heard what he described as a faint humming, like a lullaby. When he turned to investigate, he saw a figure standing near the pulpit, shrouded in a pale glow. She wasn't threatening, he recounted, but there was a sadness about her that I'll never forget. Modern students have embraced the legend of Betsy Holloway in unique ways. Each year during Halloween, a group of students organizes a candlelight vigil at Holden Chapel. They read excerpts from Betsy's letters and share stories about her life and the impact she has had on Harvard's community. What began as a small, informal gathering has grown into a cherished tradition, drawing attendees from across the campus and beyond. Harvard's administration has also taken steps to acknowledge the university's haunted history. In 2018, a plaque was installed near Holden Chapel commemorating Betsy Holloway and her contributions to the fight for equality in education. The plaque reads, "In memory of Elizabeth Holloway, whose courage and intellect paved the way for generations to come. May her spirit inspire us all." The story of Betsy Holloway remains one of Harvard's most enduring mysteries. It is a tale that intertwines the supernatural with the very real struggles of a woman ahead of her time. As Harvard marches forward, its oldest ghost stands as a poignant reminder of the institution's complex history, urging all who hear her story to seek truth and justice, no matter the cost. For those who have encountered Betsy's spirit, the experience is unforgettable. Whether through a fleeting glimpse, a chilling sound, or an unshakable feeling of being watched, her presence lingers. And perhaps that is exactly as she would want it. Betsy Holloway, in life and in death, refused to be ignored. Her legacy endures not just in the whispers of ghost stories, but in the lives she continues to inspire. The tale of this relentless spirit is one that resonates beyond the walls she once walked. Her story, filled with both heartache and triumph, serves as a reminder that some battles are not easily forgotten. In life, she was a pioneer, and in death, her spirit continues to challenge the boundaries of time and tradition. Her presence in the halls where she fought for a place at the table is a testament to her strength, perseverance, and unwavering resolve. Whether through whispers in the dark, the flicker of a light, or the cold touch of the air around you, her legacy lives on, urging those who hear her tale to question, to seek truth, and to never back down in the face of adversity. As her spirit lingers, it becomes clear that her fight was not just for herself, but for every voice that is silenced, every dream that is shattered, and every barrier that stands in the way of progress. Betsy Holloway's story is not just a haunting. It is a testament to courage, resilience, and the fight for justice in the face of relentless opposition. In a time when women were denied the right to learn, she dared to dream of becoming a doctor, breaking barriers with every page she turned. Though her life was tragically cut short, her spirit endures as a symbol of those who refuse to be erased. The flicker of lights, the cold drafts, the whispers in Harvard's halls, they are not just ghostly phenomena, but echoes of a battle still being fought. Betsy's legacy compels us to look beyond superstition and see the truth, that real change is born from defiance, and lasting progress is fueled by remembrance. Her presence reminds us to keep challenging outdated systems, to honor those who came before, and to ensure that every voice, no matter how small or silenced, has a place in history. Her story endures because the fight she started is not over. So the next time you walk through a place steeped in history, remember the stories that may still be waiting to be told. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this tale because some stories, like the spirits they involve, refuse to fade away.